Hi there, a warm welcome and a big thank you for joining in today. So this is our first color together. I choose a page from Hannah Lynn, Enchanted Faces. So we will use Prismacolors. And here is a list of all the colors that we will need. You might just pause this video now and grab your pencils. So I started off with a marker base. But this is optional, so I just like to do it in this book because the paper is very thin and also because it is just giving the empty page a little bit of color and that quite quickly. So it takes away the fear of a white page, you know, but it is not necessary either because you will see I basically color over the whole face several times, so I'm not even sure if the marker base will make a difference in the end. So we will blend everything together later with the lightest color. So, and I like to burnish as well with the lightest color. So I'm pretty sure if you don't use a marker base, your page will be covered completely once we are finished with it. So there is one thing that I want to mention. At the end of the video there will be a poll or the question which hair color should we give her hair. So you can decide which hair color she should have. So please take a look at that at the end of the video and use the poll function or let me comment in the comment section. So now I grab a pencil or an erasable colored pencil like Colorase from Prismacolor. I have one from Faber-Castell here. So I'm also showing you in this video how to add your own little nose to a Hannah face. And I'm always starting off at this little stroke that Hannah gives as her nose. And you just start to draw in the nostrils. So this little black line is your starting point, and then you just make a little curved line to the right and to the left, and of course you will close the nose, so the sides of the nose, add that in, and that's basically all. So there is nothing to really draw a lot. You just have to make sure that the nose is smaller than the mouth. So it should be a tiny nose, and so that is what you have to make sure, that the nose is just a little bit smaller, so the sides of the nose have to be smaller than the end of the mouth. So that brings me to the question, do you like when people add noses to Hannah pages? I have to say I like both. So I like it when it is just shaded without a nose, because the picture of Hannah just looks as stunning as it is. But I also love to add my own little nose, so hopefully this will be helpful to you. I've zoomed in a little bit, as you can see, so that you can just see it a little bit better. And yeah, hopefully you can see that it is really just a few tiny strokes, and that's all. That's all. And yeah, hopefully you can see that the nostrils are connected to this black line. Okay, now I take a kneaded eraser and I just take away those lines so that they are really faded out and I can only see them. Okay, now let's get started with shading. So if you don't do the marker base, then yeah, you might start here, and we are starting off with the peach. So grab your peach and start to color around the eyes. That's how I always start. I always start around the eyes and around the nose. So I want to shade in the nose, so to say. That's my starting point. So I will add in the color names so that you can refer back at any time. And I will also just add in some music for you to listen to, because I don't think that I will be able to comment the whole video. However, as you can see, the video is speeded up because the original file was over an hour long, and now it is still 40 minutes long, so it's still quite long. And yeah, let me know if you would prefer real-time coloring, or is it okay for you when it is speeded up a little bit, so that it's basically easier to follow the steps. Yeah. I'm still shading around the whole face, so I'm always shading around the eyes and the nose, under the chin, and around the whole face, because the face is like rounded. And then I go in with the nectar and I deepen the shadows. So I deepen the shadows next to the eyes, because you have to think of the eye. It is round, it's an eyeball, so it's rounded, so you have to deepen the shadows a little bit, and then around the nose, of course, under the chin, and yeah, we will make the cheeks a little bit blushy, and so on. And yeah, you know, in the shading process, you might think that, oh my gosh, that looks so ugly, but don't panic. This is a step we have to go through, and it will become better later when we blend everything together, you know. So we have to go through stages when our coloring might look a little bit strange, but it will become better once we are shade everything together. So that being said, I think I will now give you some music to listen and to watch if you want to follow, and I will come back at the end of the video and for saying goodbye then. So have a lot of fun. Hopefully it is interesting for you and helpful, and hopefully there will be some people joining in. So maybe I should give a hashtag for Instagram, so that I would be able to find your page if you join in. Yeah, give me some suggestions, or let me know if you would like to share your page on Instagram with me, so then we can do that maybe the next time, or we can add it in. So yeah, there are a lot of options. So see you later, guys. So before I give you some music, I just wanted to say some more words. And as you can see, I went in with the nectar sparingly, so to say, and after that I use the peach again and blend it in with the nectar and the, I would say, like the uncolored face. And I'm using the peach quite a lot, as you can see. So what's quite important, I use very light pressure, or maybe not very light, it's not very light pressure, but it is a light pressure, and then going over the areas several times until I get the coverage that I want. And now I'm going in with the blush pink. I saw the usage of the blush pink actually on a tutorial from Coloring with Wiki. She also showed us how to color a Hannah face, and it was a really lovely result, really bright colors. I loved it, and then I thought, okay, blush pink, it's quite interesting, so let's just try the two and see what you can do with it, because I thought a Hannah page is perfect for doing a little bit more bright and vivid colors. And then I found out that the blush pink actually is really nice for blending together the peach and the light peach. So you can't use it on the uncolored page, but when you already have some colors down, then it's a really nice blending color. And by the way, the henna I'm using really sparingly, and the lightest pressure that you can give. I mean, we want to have a little bit of a blush on the cheeks, and then I always blend out the henna with the nectar. So don't cover up the henna completely with the nectar, but just yeah, blend it into the peach, so to say. And with the sienna brown, you know, the darker the color becomes, the more sparingly I use it. So the sienna brown, I really just use a tiny little bit on her eye area, then around the face, so shading out the face, so to say, and a tiny little bit around the nose, and especially those little, yeah, you see, on the nose. And then the area with the Parma Violet, I basically also have from Coloring with Vicky's video. I saw it before, as I already told you in some other video, but basically I then saw it again on Coloring with Vicky's video, and yeah, as I said, I really loved those bright colors. And after I had used it, I really loved it on those henna pages, but I basically not use it for shading because that I still can't do, but I really like to use it outlining her face, basically. I'm going in a little bit in the eye area at the moment, but basically I really use it for outlining the face, and I use quite hard pressure there. So, and I really like this effect, outlining her face. So yeah, so yeah, I'm just deepening up on her cheeks with the nectar and around her eyes until it looks a little bit more rounded. And yeah, just defining the face as good as I can, and trying to make smooth transitions. And later, or is it now? Yeah, it's actually now. No, I'm blending all together with the light peach. So I'm going basically almost over the whole face. So it will lighten up a little bit the darker colors, but it is actually quite good for blending it all together, to smoothing it out so that it becomes a little bit smoother. So here you can see that it became a little bit too light, so I go in with the peach again to just darken it a little bit. And but basically this is the moment now where it all comes together, and I think where the face starts to look quite nice. So yeah, so I think I try to explain it a little bit more how I do it. And oh, by the way, this step I use quite hard pressure. I mean, I don't burnish totally because I still want to go in maybe with the peach and blend it a little bit more together, or go in with the blush. As I said, the blush is a really nice blending color between the lightest color, like the light peach, and the darker colors. But I would say it's at least a medium pressure that I use for that. So, and I think now I'm not calling a whole lot more. Just want to deepen up on the cheek area a little bit more. But yeah, just look what I'm doing, and I think now you will finally get your music. So just one more thing, something that comes into my head at the moment. I wanted to say, because of the marker base that I did in the beginning, I also tried out the Crayola Super Tips now as a base. I did it with a water brush, so I scribbled some color of those Crayola Super Tips on a surface, and then I took my water brush and then colored in just some base colors, and I have to say that worked really good. I also filmed it, so hopefully this will come up as well on my channel so that you can basically see it. But what I just want to say is that you don't need those alcohol markers for if you want to add a little bit of color before you start with your pencils. So the Crayola Super Tips would work, or they work really good. And to be honest, I like the effect with those did I say super colors? I mean Super Tips, with the Crayola Super Tips. So I like the result. So it was basically just meant to be base coloring, but I like the result with the Crayola Super Tips so much that I'm honestly debating with myself if I even should go in with pencil or just leave it as it is, because it's really beautiful, very delicate colors, and yeah. But I will go in with a little bit of shading on the face, but I think I won't do any more. So all the rest, the hair, everything looks just fine as it is with the Super Tips, and it was really a quick coloring. So, but okay, that was a little bit off topic maybe, but yeah, just wanted to let you know about that.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Suffocating, I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
So it's time to grab a few more pencils now. Next we are concentrating on her eyes and lips and work on some details. So I'm starting off with the eyes here, and I'm always starting with the mid-tone, so the mid-tone gray, and I color in a few shades around her eye white on both eyes, and then go in with the darkest gray, the 70% gray, and just shadow a little bit of a smaller area there, and I will blend in everything with my lightest color then. So, and that's basically all, just to give the eye white a little bit of color, because I think to let it just plain white doesn't look as nice somehow. So I'm always using some grays to just give a tiny little bit of shading in the corners, and yeah, so using a little bit of white pencil for blending, and then I go in with a black to color in her pupils, so that I can add a highlight with like a Posca pen or gel pen later, because I like to give my own highlights, because that is a fun part. It brings the picture to life, I think. And now I start to color her eye iris, and as I said, I always start with mid-tone, and I keep a little bit of the space uncolored, and I put a little bit of the darkest color as a shadow around the corners of the eyes, and in the middle I keep the lightest color. I just came up with an idea lately, because the editing time, so like blending in the color numbers and color names, is a lot of work, a lot of sitting time, and maybe some of you know that I have like back pain, and then sitting increases that, and so my sitting time is like limited, and of course I would like to use it for coloring. So I just had the idea to use calling cards. So I saw that in a lot of other videos, and I think it's a great idea, because I just can put in the card when I'm coloring, and later it won't be any editing time for me. So it would be a lot quicker that I could put up the video, and a lot less sitting time for me, so a lot more fun in the end. So that's what I'm going to do from the next time, the next part on. Yeah, I just gave a few highlights in her eyes, and I like to use both Posca pen for the bright, bold highlight, and then the gel pen for a little bit more faded highlight. I also use the gel pen a little bit on the nose on those Hannah pages, just a tiny dot. And yeah, now I'm basically coloring in the lips, and same procedure, just starting with the middle color, going in the small parts with shadow color, and blending everything together with the lightest color, which is the blush pink. And yeah, maybe adding a little bit of white. And I also add a little bit of gel pen here, just some tiny dots. And I'm just outlining the black line a little bit, because I colored over it. And I'm using the same colors for this little heart on a cheek. Just starting this time with blush pink, and then with the henna, and blending that together, and yeah, shadow part with the mahogany red, and making just a small transition, and that's it. So, and yeah, now I'm basically outlining her eyelashes again, or I'm yeah, redrawing the eyelashes so that they are really bold, so to say, because we colored over those with our skin colors. So to make them pop again, I'm just going over with black. Yeah. So now back to our skin colors. It's the same procedure as on the face, basically. I started with my marker base again, just to be cohesive. I don't know if it makes a difference, an effect, because I'm basically coloring over the complete area with a lot of pencils. I'm blending in and burnishing in with the light peach in the end, but I think it makes it a little bit more pop, and so I just wanted to have everything cohesive, so that's why I'm giving the marker base here. But other than that, it's the same process. Going in with the peach and the nectar, building up colors, darkening shadows with a little bit of henna, maybe sienna brown, and using the Parma violet for outlining, and blending everything together with light peach. And yeah, that's basically all that I can say, I think.
too much, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, let me bleed. Let me bleed. Let me. All of the pain seems to follow, like a shadow dark and cold to the touch. Am I insane not to let go? Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, let me bleed.
So, and now it's voting time. So you decide what hair color we should give her. We have three options, like the brown, blonde, or the violet pink. You can use the poll function up in the corner, or just let me know your opinion in the comments, and I hope a lot of you will vote. So the option with the most votes will win, of course, and once I've got the result, I can continue. So, that's all for today. I hope I will see you all in the next part. If you liked it, and please let me know and give me a thumbs up or let me a comment. And yeah, bye!